Hello. I just wanted to really quickly show you how I find a new book with the help of AI, with the help of AI chatbots. So, what I do is, and I've done it a couple of times, I made a list. I'll show you my screen actually. So this is my screen right now, and I go into my browser, and this is my list. So I've made a list of books that I have read that I could remember I read. I don't think it's complete. However, yeah, I liked a lot of them, not all of them, but it's just a list of books I have consumed. I've listened to some on Audible. Yeah, Audible is quite often a bit easier if I'm working, doing some mundane task. You can listen to stuff, and sometimes I listen to books twice, and I just love Audible for that reason. But some of them I read in a hard copy as well. I haven't got a Kindle anyway. So I've got this list, and with that list, I can make my the search for a new book a little bit more personalized, right? Because based on these, I can't just go into Google and say, "Oh, look, I've got all these books. Which ones would fit now?" It's not really a Google type thing. It gets better. I think you can now prompt in Google as well, but yeah, Google, the Gemini is not as good as what we use, and I'm using Claude now. I used to use ChatGPT, GPT-4, which is great. You can still use that; it's awesome. But I think Claude AI is actually the best right now, and it's a free version. So the Sonnet Claude AI 3.5 Sonnet, this version, is the very best. So, and you usually have to, if it's the first time you do it, you sign up with your Google account or just your email address, and then you can start pretty much straight away. And this, of course, it just opens for me straight away because I'm using it all the time. And so I have prepared actually a prompt for this because I just wanted to save you your time. And so I'm saying, please sort this list of books I have read by genre. So I actually decided I want to sort the books first, and then because I know already which category I want to I know already what I want to listen to at the moment. I'm gonna get an Audible book. What I want to listen to at the moment, I know it already, and that's why I just let it sort it into categories. And each book can appear more than once if it fits in several categories. It's just an add-on to make it a bit easier to understand. All right, there might be some books in there that are that would fit in several categories, and then I give it some examples of categories as well. It's always good to give it examples because then the chatbot understands a little bit more what you want, how you want it. And I just ended that with a dot dot dot. So science fiction, business, self-help, life, self-help, all the some of the categories of books I have. And here's the list. So now we can add the list here. So this is my list. It's in Google Keep, and it does these tick boxes here, and I can't just copy the whole thing. So I have to make it into a plain text. So I just hide the tick boxes, and then it just goes into plain text. Yep, so they're my books here. And I copy all that. And then I go back into Claude, and here is the list, and I just paste that in here. And now it actually put all the books right behind each other, and it didn't even see if so it didn't even put a space in between each book. So yeah, see here that there's the words that where a new book starts, there's not even a space in there. However, I think Claude will be just fine with sorting the books anyway, because it is actually quite smart. Like a human could do this, right? A human could say, all right, Michikaku and The Martian, that's two different things. The Martian, obviously, was written by Andy Weir, and The Future of Humanity was written by Michikaku. And so AIs are those large language models are awesome. They're really smart. So I just sent this off, and then we should just get our categories. Takes a moment, but they're actually quite fast. So Claude is really fast. The bigger the model, the longer it takes. So for example, the ChatGPT 3.5, the first ChatGPT that went mainstream, is actually a smaller model than ChatGPT 4 or 4.0, and it's the 3.5 is incredibly fast. But however, Claude, even the larger model, this is the mid-size model, I think, 3.5 Sonnet, is quite fast. Yeah, so we've got all the categories here, science fiction, and it's got nice my list in here of different books that I have in each category. So a lot of business self-help books, life self-help, science non-fiction. Yeah, so nice. It's done really well, I think. I don't know if it's put some of them in several categories. I'll go through that later and have a look. But now I'm going to, because I want to find a new book, right? So I'm going to have to put another prompt in to ask basically, oh yeah, look, I want a science fiction book, a new science fiction book. And I've again prepared another prompt here, and I'll just copy and paste that in. And so basically I'm just asking it now for a science fiction book. If you look at the science fiction thriller category, or the science fiction category, can you tell me three other books I would enjoy from that list? I most enjoyed The Martian, Limit, and Timeline. Again, I've given it examples of, in this case, of what I like most, just to give it a little bit more context, right? Just a little bit more, because I didn't enjoy all of them the same way. So I just want the best, I just want the best next thing now. And let's send that off and see how we go. So send that off and see what we come up with. So based on your enjoyment of The Martian, Limit, and Timeline, here are the 3 science fiction books you might enjoy. Seven Eves, Hyperion, never heard of that, Cryptonomicon. And then, so it's by Neil Stevenson. This novel combines hard science fiction with a gripping survival story, like The Martian. Oh yeah, so that's where I get a clue what type it is, which is awesome. And then this is another one. This is like Limit. Oh, I really enjoyed that one. That's awesome. That's Limit from Frank Schätzing. So yeah, I can really recommend that. So Dan Simmons, Space. Oh yeah, so that's a place in space. Yeah. So it actually found one in each of the examples, for each of the examples that I gave it. So I gave it 3 of my examples, and it found one that is close to that, close to that, close to that. Oh yeah, cool. I go through and check out these books, and one of them I will read next. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial or this little way of finding books, and another way of using AI chatbots. I think it's just amazing. So yeah, let me know if that helps you, and if you maybe find a new book for yourself as well now. Right. Thanks.